Good morning, friends. Welcome to that 1870s Homestead. My name's Rachel, and we're going to do something that I've wanted to do for a while and just never had the time. It wasn't convenient for me, and sometimes convenience things are important in life. I have time now, and that is making our own yogurt. And regardless of the process, you just do need time to do it. It's a lot of hands-off time, but it's a duration process. I'm going to be doing the Instapot method. I'm sure there's tons of videos out there, but I thought I'd share my experience doing it with you guys for the first time. And the fun part about it is we are using raw milk. I have a girlfriend in the area and she has raw dairy. I called her up and said, hey, if you happen to have extras, I would really like to teach myself how to make yogurt and maybe even cheese someday. She is in the process of drying up her cow right now, but in the meantime, we're going to just get some extras while she's going through that process and teach herself a few new skills. So I'm going to measure this out because I need like half a gallon of milk. I want to make sure I have that. If not, I'll just adjust the yogurt culture that I add to it. But it sounds pretty simple. It's just the duration. So the first step is let me measure this, make sure I actually indeed have half a gallon, and then we're gonna get it in our Instapot and get going. All right, so the first thing I did just to get ready was I cleaned even though it was clean and put away, it was in storage, could have dust. Maybe I didn't really make sure it was like super clean, but you don't want to introduce any kind of dirt or old bacteria or something that might throw off the yogurt cultures. So I cleaned it really, really well with hot soapy water. Now we're just going to measure this out. And I've been using this raw milk and everything I've been baking out at the farm stand, so that's been a fun addition to just local healthy ingredients going in the recipes. Woohoo! All right, we have half a gallon and a little tiny bit left. And that's it for the first step. You're just putting your milk, and it doesn't have to be raw milk. You're just putting your milk in your Instapot. And then I'm going to bring you guys down here and we're just going to hit the yogurt setting. Okay, so mine is an Instapot IP Duo. I don't know if there's different styles or brands, but we're going to hit the yogurt button. And it said to hit it till it says boil. Mine doesn't have that feature. Hold on just a second. Oh, there's boil. Okay. And then that's it. You don't have to have your pressure valve closed or locked or in anything. Just so you guys saw on my version, I had to click through at least 4 times to get it to this boil. So you may have to click yours once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, depending on what version that you have. And once this comes to a boil, which is I think it's going to be 180 degrees when it comes out of the Instapot, then we're going to let it cool for an hour. So I'll bring you guys back and talk about that step when we get there. Alrighty, so it just did the beep, and supposedly when it does the beep, take the lid off. We're going to pull the pot out. So hold on a second, let me just show you what it looks like in there right now. It's kind of got some skim on top. And then I'm going to grab, excuse the chickens too. Grab some pot holders. And then we're going to pull this pot out and let it cool to 110 degrees. And then we take the next step. Okay, so it took me anyway in my house, and it's a 70-degree day, windows and doors open, about an hour to cool down to between 105 and 115 is what you're looking for. And I'm sitting at 113, 114. Now the next step is to gently skim this foam that settled at the top off of the milk. So we're gonna do that real quick. And then we're gonna mix in our yogurt culture and start it back up again. So if you guys have made yogurt, either oven method or Instapot method, I don't know if you can do it in the crock pot, I'd imagine you can. What is your favorite way? Especially if you've tried multiple versions. I wouldn't say we eat a lot of yogurt, but we use a lot of yogurt in recipes. And so the amount of baking I've been doing lately, I thought maybe I would just like to teach myself to make my own yogurt. I know what's going in it. I have control over it, and just be a new skill to have. So I got most of the foam off. I'm not being like super picky. There's like a little bit like around the rim. So let me rinse this bowl because I'm going to reuse this bowl real quick. Okay, now in this bowl, and the recipe I'm following doesn't say I need to do this step, but another recipe I looked at said to, and it kind of made sense to me. I'm just gonna scoop out like a cup of this warm milk, and that's what I'm going to mix in my yogurt culture, and then we're gonna pour that back in. So we need about 2 tablespoons, and I'm using Fage or Fage, however you pronounce it. 1. And what you're looking for when you buy yogurt is on the ingredients list, make sure it says, I'll try to point it out to you, live, we'll see if that'll show up, live active cultures. And this one has 5 different cultures. I know we tried to get, what's the other popular brand? Oikos, I think, is the other popular brand, and Oikos, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Anyway, and that has 6 live cultures, so maybe that's better, but this one I think will work. Okay, and then I'm gonna put that back in. Give it one final little stir around all of that. And then you can go 8 hours up to 12 hours on your yogurt setting. And I think 8 hours is gonna be just a mild yogurt, where up to 12 hours you'll get a little bit more of a tangier flavor. So I'm gonna bring you guys down here and we'll get that set up, and then I won't see you guys back till tonight. So you're getting my thought process on why this is not necessarily hard at all. It's just duration of time. And like, if I was still working, would I have been able to get down here and constantly check the temperature on the yogurt? Probably not. So it would have had to been a weekend job. We're busy on the weekends. So anyway, try it though if you have the time. All right, so I'm gonna push through the yogurt setting again and go to 8 hours, and again, not seal it or anything. Doesn't matter if you have it sealed, it doesn't matter if you have it in the vent mode. It's going to work. So we're gonna go with 8 hours. All right guys, we started this process, at like 8:30 this morning, and it's 7:30 now, and the timer just went off. So that was 8 hours. Ooh, it looks pretty creamy. It smells really yummy. I took a knife out of the drawer just because I want to feel it myself. Oh yeah, wow. Look at that. How cool is that? But as you can see, there's a lot of liquid. But I guess the first step is I have to put this in the refrigerator to cool, and then we have to drain it. So it's gonna go in the fridge, and then I'm gonna drain it. And just in case I forget or something happens tomorrow, I will show you guys at least the end result. But so far, for a first timer using the Instapot making yogurt, it's working. And I like the color. And I love the smell. The smell is kind of sweet tangy, not overly sour smell. Like, good morning, friends. It's the next day, and I just went and pulled our chilled yogurt. It sat for at least 8 hours in the fridge, and we're just going to strain it through this cheesecloth. I think I got most everything out. There's not a lot of whey. I thought that there would be more. A little bit. Now, just a light strain is yogurt. If you want more of a Greek style yogurt, you could strain it for an additional 8 hours through this cheesecloth in the refrigerator. But let me show you the texture real quick. I think I like it the way it is. Now, and you at this point you could sweeten it too. So it sits on the spoon. It's got a little jiggle. I don't want to lose that. It's got just that little jiggle to it. It's really nice. Let me taste it. Lovely. Not overly tart at all. I'm glad I only let it go the 8 hours. I like tart okay, but I like to be able to just eat yogurt without feeling like I need to sweeten it at all. And this is perfect. Wow. I really thought I was going to have a lot more whey and I was going to be able to make some ricotta cheese. I have like maybe a quarter cup, third of a cup. I'm sure I would get more if I let it sit, but it's already just perfect yogurt texture. So I'm going to be putting this in my mason jar. Now this will be good in the refrigerator, say a week to 2 weeks. But I'll use it up. I need to get a funnel real quick. I'll use it up well before that with our new, just kind of like real, I guess say animal-based diet. Not even really animal-based, just really not a lot of carb. Especially by not adding sweetener in here. I like this for dessert with just some blueberries. But it's great for scones. I mentioned when I made my ranch seasoning packet, a lot of times I don't have sour cream in the house, but I almost always have yogurt. I honestly almost always have one or the other. It just depends like what's in the plans for the menu. And this is just so fun, so easy. And I was thinking to myself, I should grab it out of the fridge. I have about a pint of heavy cream from that gallon of raw milk I got. And then we drank used about a half a cup in various recipes. And now a lot of yogurt. A lot of yogurt that will be more consumables. And then I'd imagine, you know, one day I don't want to I don't need the cream. I can make butter. It's going to be really fun for me to teach myself all the different ways to make use of a gallon of raw milk, because we're just not milk drinkers in this house. And but we do consume different dairy products. So lots of cheese, which I think cheese is quite ambitious, which was why I was hoping to start with the ricotta, because I think that that's the easiest introduction, that and maybe like a farmer's cheese. But this is a lot of fun, just to teach myself the simple basics. And it wasn't hard. I felt a little overwhelmed at the beginning. I think you guys probably got that from the video about the process and the time it takes. Hands-on time, nothing really. You just have to be around. You can't not do the steps when the steps are required, like after the boil and adding your culture and making sure that you're here and you can start it in the morning, because at night you're going to have to pull it off and put it in the refrigerator. So it's not a project that you can necessarily start at 8 o'clock at night if you're somebody like me that has a 9 o'clock bedtime. So just things like that to take into consideration. But overall, very, very easy. So I think I'm going to end up with a quart, a pint, and maybe half a pint of yogurt. So, okay, I've made it to this step. What can I do next? All you phenomenal dairy producers out there, what's next that I can try? And let's start me off easy. And I may not have a good source for much more. Like I said, the gal that I know that has the dairy, and this is from a cow, not a goat or anything like that. This is cow's milk. She is drying up her cow, so I might just have a couple more months to try this out, because calves are coming, I think she said this fall. So okay, I think that's gonna be, yep. So we started with exactly 2 quarts of milk, and we ended up with a quart of absolutely beautiful raw milk yogurt and a pint and a half pint. That's a lot of fun. Now at this point, like I said, I could sweeten it. I could go ahead and add like strawberry jam or just fresh berries. But I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. We're going to the cabin this weekend for 4th of July, so I'll take one with me and we'll have that for our desserts. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks so much for coming with me on this little experience. That's, can you guys see in the bowl? Yeah, very, very little whey. Maybe half a cup at this point, you know, from scooping up through the cheesecloth. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys on the next video.